What's going on, folks? My name is Josh. You guys are watching The Outdoor Dude. Thanks for coming to the channel. Today's video, we're doing a review on the Kast King Royal Legend GT baitcaster reel. Stick around. Bam. All right, guys, we are back. As I said, my name is Josh. You guys are watching The Outdoor Dude. We do all sorts of educational fishing content, actual fishing content, hunting, camping, gear reviews, and more. If you guys are into that sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I do a new video. So like I said, folks, today we are doing a review of the Kast King Royal Legend GT. As you can see, this reel is used and abused. I've put this thing to the test. When I try out a new reel, I like to kind of abuse it a little bit and see what it can take. I've had reels that crap the bed in just a week, and I've had reels that are still running strong to this day. When I try a new reel, I like to go as long as I can without servicing it. I probably fish close to 150 days a year, and I need the reel that's going to hold up to the real life bank fishing scenarios. Now guys, these aren't reels that are going to be sitting in a boat all day. These are reels that are going to be dropped on the ground sometimes. They're going to be put in and out of the car all day long. They're going to be on the ground in some really dirty situations. I've even fallen down a hill a couple times and damaged a luge that I've had. Some of you who've watched the channel long enough may remember footage from me fishing a year or two ago when the reel handle was bent and I could only use one of the grips. So before I do a fishing reel review, I'm going to put it to the test of time. I've had this reel for about a year and a half now, and it's held up to everything I can throw at it. Alright guys, let's run through some specs. The Kast King Royal Legend GT is offered in a left-handed model and a right-handed model like the one I have. It's offered in a 5.4:1 and a 7.2:1 gear ratio. The GT stands for Grand Touch. That's in reference to the reel handle grips that are oversized and either made of or coated with a semi-sticky or tacky rubber. Even for a guy like me with fairly large hands, they don't feel overly small in my hand like most reels, which is nice. Those grips are mounted on a 95.5mm 6160 aluminum alloy handle. This reel has what they call 8 crossfire magnets for a magnetic braking system, a low-profile 1.65-inch height off the fishing reel seat, and coming in just under 7¼ ounce. It has a quadruple disc carbon drag just over 17 pounds. This reel is also rocking a 5+1 double shielded stainless steel bearing. It has a precision cut 37mm main gear. It has a brass pinion gear. It has a brass main shaft, a nickel plated brass worm shaft, and stainless steel hardware. Made with a graphite frame, the one I have has a gear ratio of 7.2:1 with a 29.8 IPT for quick line pickup and a ceramic line guide. Now enough of all that techie stuff. How does it actually feel? How does it actually fish? How is it held up after a year and a half of abuse? I've caught hundreds of fish on this reel, and I've fished over 150 days a year, and I've used this reel for most of my fishing for the past year and a half. I've caught everything from bluegill to crappie to largemouth bass to pickerel, big northern, and decent sized northern pike. How does it handle different sized lines? In my experience, it handles them well. Depending on the situation, I've run 10-pound monofilament, 12-pound monofilament, 15-pound fluorocarbon, 20-pound fluorocarbon, 50-pound braid, and I haven't had any issues yet. How does it cast? In my opinion, it casts really well. Being that I'm a bank fisherman, I tend to try to carry as little gear as possible. I try to throw as many baits as I can on one rod. Might not be the best fit for the rod, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of gear I'm carrying throughout the day. With that said, I've casted 1/8 ounce lures all the way up to 3/4 ounce lures. A little bit extreme, but it's doable. I normally stay in the range of 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce, but occasionally I've gone to extremes on both ends. With the proper adjustments, it does just fine with almost anything I've put on it. Now, I fish from the bank, mostly in heavy grass, sometimes from the boat, but I have not encountered a situation that this reel couldn't handle. I've used a lot of reels at this price point, and this one is my favorite by far. Next up, durability. I didn't clean this reel for a reason. I really tried to abuse this in real life situations. Not some weird torture test where you hit it with a hammer and drive over it with a truck and all this other goofy stuff. Got him. I wanted to just use it a bunch. and just being generally careless like a lot of us tend to be. Let's get into the pros and cons. Very affordable. Coming in between $40 and $50 is right around what I would consider budget and entry-level baitcaster price. But this does have a decent amount of features for an entry-level baitcaster reel. It's comfortable. It doesn't come up too high off the reel seat and sits really nice in the palm. I have a fairly large hand, so if your hand is small, you may have a different experience, but for me, it's very comfortable. The reel handles are pretty nice. They're sticky enough that you can get some good grip on them when you need to. Oh my God, got hammered. But like I said, I have a fairly large hand, so I like to put those reel handle grips over the top of all of my reels to make them a little bit bigger. The cons. It's a graphite frame, so it does flex a little bit when cranking hard in heavy situations. For example, fishing heavy line in heavy grass with the drag cranked all the way down. Now that should be expected from a reel at this price point and shouldn't necessarily be a con, but I gotta find something to complain about so people don't think I'm sponsored by this company and start complaining in the comments. This goes for any other complaints I may have about this reel. It's an entry-level budget reel, so you can't really complain about too much as long as it did what it's supposed to do and what you actually bought showed up. I guess if it broke, I could complain, but it didn't. It has handled everything I could throw at it so far. Guys, this is my first Kast King reel, but it's not gonna be my last. Would I recommend this reel to my friends, family, and my subscribers? Absolutely. In fact, I have a link in the description that is an Amazon affiliate link where you can go and buy this reel and other reels just like it. Now that link is an affiliate link and I will earn a small commission from Amazon for sending traffic to that link, but you won't pay anything extra for the product you're making. It's a great way to support the channel, just like liking, sharing, and subscribing. I do hope you guys do that. I hope you got some sort of information out of this video. Hope you found it useful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bam!
Got fish. That's fish. It's pull and drag. That's a freaking giant, dude. I have no idea what this is. Dude, it's a giant. Oh my God. Come back. Oh, he's not done pulling. What is this fish? I think I snagged a carp. I think that's why it's so big. Yeah, it's a giant carp.